Hello, this is William McKissock with Schooley Mitchell, your expense reduction consultant. And as you know, we love to promote other businesses on social media for free. We're not a marketing company. We are an expense reduction consulting franchise. Therefore, we like to help businesses in any way we can. And today I have with me Bridgette Bello, who is the CEO of Tampa Bay Business and Wealth magazine. Hi, Bridgette. Welcome to the show.
Hi, William. It's nice to see you. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure. And for viewers watching this, you're going to see how Bridgette promotes and helps other businesses and really is a stalwart of the business community in Tampa Bay. So it's fantastic what you do in Tampa Bay. So, Bridgette, tell the viewers a little bit about who you are. Who's Bridgette Bello and how did you get here?
Oh, goodness. Well, that's a very long story and we don't have that much time. So I'll give you the shortest version
Yes,
that I
the short
can.
version would be fine.
Short version. I'm a mom of three 29-year-olds and also two Yorkshire Terriers. I'm the CEO and publisher for Tampa Bay Business and Wealth, which is a print, digital, and event media company. And just happy to be here and have the opportunity to talk to you and the people who spend time with your podcast. So thanks for having me.
Yeah, no, absolute pleasure to have you, Bridgette. So, Tampa Bay Business and Wealth magazine. It's a magazine. Obviously, there's an online presence. So, I mean, business and wealth. Obviously, the word business comes into it. So, tell the viewers what you do with the magazine and what the purpose of the magazine is.
That's my favorite topic. It's very easy for me to talk about that. The print version goes to 15,000 CEOs who are in the six-county, what we consider six-county Tampa Bay area. So it's Pinellas, Pasco, Polk, Sarasota, Manatee, and Hillsborough. And only those 15,000 CEOs and business owners receive the printed copy every month. And like I said, there's 15,000 of them. We also have a digital newsletter that we send out twice a week, unless we have breaking news, which we often do. And so we try to be very respectful of people's inboxes and not send them, five emails a day. And then we do about 30 events a year. Most of those, about half are monthly events, and then we have four signature events, as we like to refer to them. So never a dull moment at TBBW.
Yeah, so the 15,000 CEOs you send the magazine to, how do they get in touch with you? Is it a subscription? How does it work?
It is a subscription, but it's not a paid subscription. So one of the things that we pride ourselves on is that we don't have a paywall. And so if you want to read a story that we've written, you don't have to pay to do that. And that's something that I'm very proud of. The 15,000 CEOs who get the magazine every month, we interact with very regularly. Some of my favorite stories are from when the pandemic was here and the emails that we got that said, hey, I really miss getting my TBBW every month. Can you change it to my home address? And so we know that they're reading it. We hear from them constantly, but we don't require them to pay to receive the magazine. All of our revenue model is advertising and sponsorship dollars.
Yeah, I can subscribe to that, not a subscription, but I can subscribe to what you're saying about the magazine because I'm on the mailing list, the email mailing list. And as I said to you before, when we meet in the Sender Club from time to time, is like it's kind of amazing the information that you have in the magazine because it kind of keeps you up to speed in a lot of ways. What's going on? Kind of at the top end of the business world in the Tampa Bay area, whether it be the airport or businesses in West Shore and beyond. It really is a fantastic resource for people to have, whether it be the printed copy or the email copy. So how long have you been in business?
We are starting our seventh year, which is kind of crazy to me in a way. We launched the magazine in 2018, and I had come out of a very successful business news background for the 20 years prior to that, and just had my own ideas about the way I thought things should be done, and the way that I thought that we could best be supportive in the economic development efforts of this region, and how we could really tell the stories of the CEOs and business owners here that their stories haven't been told. And so we're very excited about those stories that we get to present on a monthly basis and the CEOs that we get to showcase. And seems to be working so far, William. So thank you so much for your kind words about what we're doing.
Yeah, no, well, it definitely is working. And for the viewer watching this that don't know who the TBBW is 15,000 CEOs across the Tampa Bay area. Can you explain to people what that means if they're not like necessarily from Tampa Bay? Because I know Tampa Bay area can be different for different businesses.
Yeah, well, and I touched on that a little bit when I first started talking. So we go all the way to the west to Pinellas, all the way east to Polk, as far south as Sarasota, Manatee, and as far north as Pasco, and kind of everything in that circle. And so we try to do the best job that we possibly can of making sure that we're covering all of those counties. There's a couple of pages in the magazine every month that are called one-liners that we have very specifically categorized underneath the county that they're in. We pay attention to making sure that we're putting people on the cover that are from all of those counties that we represent, and that we have news and information that is also from all of those counties that we represent. So it is, when we launched the magazine and we decided who those 15,000 people were going to be, we set a revenue floor of 3 million. And not that there's anything wrong with a company that's doing less than 3 million, but just that we wanted these to be companies that people wanted to replicate and aspire to be. And so it's 3 million or more in revenue. They have to be headquartered here in the Tampa Bay area, in that 6-county area. And those are the people who get the magazine every month.
Yeah, I mean, you're promoting success. So you're showing people in the area, look, this is what successful business looks like, and this is all the stuff that's happening around the area with all these successful businesses. So you're right, it gives them something to aspire to, and it lets them see exactly how they can tap into and connect up with these successful organizations. So
that's absolutely the point.
Where do you see the future of the magazine going? I mean, obviously you've hit the road running, and you've been going, as you say, about 7 years. So you're doing really well, and you're doing fantastic. And everybody knows, anybody who's in business like myself in Tampa Bay knows who you are and knows who the magazine is. So where do you see the future of the magazine? Where do you see it like in 5 years' time?
Well, prior to all the craziness, our growth plan was to start to expand into other markets. And so to look for a Central Florida business and wealth, and North Florida business and wealth, and then just kind of grow from there. There's certainly opportunities for us to grow locally and to have additional events. You know, we try to be really thoughtful and meaningful in the events that we do, instead of just like throwing an event at the wall and seeing what sticks and charging people to buy a ticket and come and see if it was worth their time. We do have 2 events that are kind of percolating in the background that we might be looking at adding in 2025. But again, we want them to be meaningful, and we want them to be something that no one else is doing, and that it isn't just about selling tickets. It's about recognizing amazing things that people in this region are doing. And so the growth will come from there. You know, we've grown every year since 2018. Probably one of the things I'm the proudest of is we even grew during the pandemic. We actually did not lose money, which I don't think there's very many media companies that can say that.
Yeah.
And so, you know, some of it will continue to be the advertising and sponsorship organic growth that we've been experiencing for the last 6 years. And some of it will be adding meaningful products that will continue to expand the markets and the people that we're reaching.
So, as a final thought, Bridgette, you mentioned the events that are attached to the magazine and the business network. Can you talk a little bit more about the events and how they happen and why you organize those kind of events?
Yeah, so the whole purpose of the magazine from the very beginning has been that there was really a void in the market. There was nobody that was really talking to CEOs and business owners and kind of convening that group of really important people who have the biggest investment in this region and want to see it succeed, right? And so every piece of content that we do is focused into that person who's running a company or owns the company. Every event that we do, same thing. So we have a monthly event series that is probably the number one question I get asked is people want to know how they get on that invitation list. It's called a CEO Connect, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It is a room full of CEOs and business owners connecting with each other. The way that we keep it that way is that we are very protective of the invitation list and the people who are allowed to be in that room. So we don't sell tickets to that. It's invitation only, but it's always standing room only, and we limit it to 150 so that it's a meaningful networking opportunity for people to, actually be able to have a conversation with each other and see if they can help each other. We also do three awards events a year. We do a Women Who Win, which is recognizing outstanding women business leaders in the region. We do our Philanthropist of the Year, which is coming up next week, and is exactly what it sounds like. We recognize companies and individuals who are giving back in magnanimous ways. We've actually turned this one this year into something it's never been before, which will be a fundraiser for the hurricane victims, and
Cool.
keeping that local and keeping that very much focused in Tampa Bay and the people who are suffering. There's so many that are suffering here. And so we've got some really incredible raffle items that we'll be offering, and just hoping to be able to raise some money to help the people that are hurting so badly. And then our Apogee Awards is also one of the most popular things that we do. Again, it's unique in that rather than piecemeal and recognize different departments, C-suite leaders, we recognize all of the C-suite leaders in one night. So as you can imagine, it's a hell of a room. We've got CIOs, CLOs, CHROs, CFOs, CEOs, owners, partners, founders. I mean, it's an amazing room. And we do a Women of Influence series twice a year. We do a Tech Connect series twice a year. And then my favorite event, which is called the Women's Wellness Invitational, is when we take close to 100 women to the spa for the day. They buy foursomes, and it's making fun of a golf tournament basically, but it's super meaningful networking. We spend a day together. There's a strong wellness aspect to it. We've saved, I think, 27 lives in the last 3 years. We have free breast cancer screenings, free thyroid screenings, and free skin cancer screenings as a part of the day. We have a very meaningful panel discussion in the morning about women's wellness and women's health. And it's an incredible day. It's my favorite day of the year.
Fantastic. I mean, it's amazing some of the work that you're doing. So if you want to reach out to Bridgette, her detail is underneath her portion of the video. Obviously, you can go online to the Tampa Bay Business Wealth Magazine site and you can see them. And those details are underneath that portion of the video for Bridgette. It's absolutely amazing what you're doing, because obviously I know you, and I'm a Tampa Bay business resident and business owner myself, and I know some of the amazing work. It's been an absolute pleasure being able to share that with you and being able to share this with any of the viewers who are watching this video. Like, it's amazing what you're doing. So thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me. Always a pleasure.
Absolute pleasure, Bridgette. Thank you. I'll now hand it over to Dave for the weather.